Welcome back to Shem's Universe. Turn this AC down. All right, welcome back, guys. So today I want to go over the most influential name numbers. This goes across the board. So I use Chaldean numerology and Pythagorean. So no matter what way you calculate your number, if you get a compound version of your expression number like this, or if your name number is like this in Chaldean, then you have a lot to gain from this said video. So what it is this: if you have a name that vibrates to certain numbers, you're going to have a certain type of life, right? Because numbers are going to depict, especially your name number is going to depict how you go about getting your life path done. And it also affects your luck on a day-to-day basis. I would arguably say that your expression number, just like your birth number, is almost more important than your life path. People are very factory set in a set of ways where I say they'll look at their life path and just say, well, that's the most important thing, blah, blah. I should be rich because I'm an 8. Or I should be famous because I'm a 3 or I'm an 11. Like, no, it's not how it works. You have to look at what your actual internal settings are, and then you'll see how you go about getting that life path of all this glory. So when we think about that, there are a few numbers that come to mind for name numbers that are very, very influential. I'm gonna name a few of them today. The first one I would say would have to be the number 23, the Royal Star of the Lion. People that have a name number 5, it's particularly a 23 over 5. So in Chaldean, they consider compound numbers more important in comparison to Pythagorean, where we don't really acknowledge it that much. You have to acknowledge it. It's as simple as that. When the 23 over 5 is predominant there, you have somebody who's going to get a lot of help from superiors. You have somebody who's going to be very dominant in literally every and anything that they do. One sec. So everything they do, they're very dominant in, completely, like they just run it. 23 over 5 people arguably can dodge karma as well. Business people, especially elite level people, will have their name number like this because they think that, like, oh, in this reincarnation, I can just dodge karma altogether if I have my name number as 23 over 5. Does it work like that? Almost, yeah. So the thing is that the karma can then go to your kids or to like a next generation or your next reincarnation. So that's the thing. You got to be very, very careful. You can accrue a lot of karmic debt with this number just simply because it's very, very holy. It's very spiritual. It's actually supposed to be used to like abstain from pleasurable things, but then there's a lot of yogis in India that do have it that actually say they do still indulge in pleasures and partying and getting a lot of money, billions of dollars, but they're still very spiritual. It's a number that's actually supposed to bridge you to the spiritual world overall. But it's the only number for yogis, meaning gurus, that when they have it, they can still live in both worlds binarily. It's very weird number. I don't even completely understand it, but if you have the name number of that, very rich, very famous, and can pretty much almost dodge karma. So yeah, there you go. Name number 27 is something that's very much, I've never heard any numerologist talk about this online aside from my mentor. And the thing is, the name number 27 gives you the ability to master all tantric yoga, all martial art, be an expert when it comes to astrology, numerology, palmistry, tarots, voodoo, all of it. 27 over 9, we only know about 9 to 10% of what that name number can truly do. People that have that name number are very, very similar to the 23. They can dodge karma. So let's say they have a violent impulse. 9s are pretty violent, pretty angry. They'll pretty much dodge karmic retribution in this lifetime, and it might go to their kid. Not even. It'll probably just go to them in a reincarnation. So it's very, very powerful number to have, but you sort of have to know that you have it for one, and then two, what to do with it. The next one that's very, very important is like a 37 over 1. 37 over 1 is like an Andrew Tate, Emery Andrew Tate III. That's the 37 over 1 in Chaldean. Very influential number. It means you have a lot of women, a lot of, excuse me, I'm stuttering today, a harem. So when you think about Andrew Tate, you're like, oh, well, that describes him completely. The thing is that he has a lot of other 1 energy that backs it up, so that's not going to go for anybody just with the 37 by itself. I would argue that other numbers in your chart will activate your name number more if it actually is compatible with it, right? So Andrew Tate's December 1st, 1986. So he has birth number 1, life path 1, and then in Chaldean, and name number 1, that's 111. Synchronicity, adding the 3, fame, notoriety, everything that he has. So it all does make sense. 37 for the regular person though, it still can bring you from rags to riches. It's one of those kingmaker sort of numbers. So when you have this as a name number, it makes you very, very rich, very eloquent. People admire you. They really view you as like a beacon of hope or like a hero. So it's a number that definitely gives you a lot of overall power in life. And when you have it, if you go in a corporate hierarchy, you'll be number one. You go in independent business, your business is going to flourish. I'm not saying this is going to be without work, guys. What I'm saying is if your name number is naturally like this, being the name that you go by for one in Chaldean, if your name number in Chaldean that everybody says, like I'm Shem, mine's 17, if your name that people are calling every day adds to one of these numbers I'm talking about, this applies to you. If your expression number, when you look at it in a Pythagorean setting, is one of these compound numbers, that applies to you. If you don't know what your expression number is and you're a bit confused with that, hit me up, just DM me or send me a comment and I'll just do that for free for you, just because it's just obvious information. There's no point paying for that. So yeah, 37 over 1, really, really good. Is there any drawbacks with some of these numbers? 23 and 37, definitely not. 27, no. I would say with all of these, the drawback is that you have so much power. It almost goes back to like the Spider-Man saying of like with great power comes great responsibility. So you have to make sure that you're very responsible with the said energy that you're using. Also, it'll ultimately destroy you in the end. It's with karma, right? That's just the universal laws supersede everything. Next one that we're going to go over is 46. 46 over 1 again. So 1 energy is pretty strong. 46 is like the number of the scholar. There's a lot of like real geniuses out there that have used this. And 46 also is like very good for politics. Like I believe Vladimir Putin in Chaldean, his name number is 46. And it actually, when I was speaking with one of my mentors, they actually used him as an example and they said, he's the reason, like that's the reason why he's successful in politics, because he's a double 7. And I was like, how does that make sense? Like 7s are usually philosophers, they're pretty introverted, which he is, very private man. But then I'm like, well, how would he get so powerful? How is he retaining all his power? Like 7 can do that for sure. There's some of the richest people in the world are 7s, but usually just intelligence, and there has to be something else there. Just like with Elon Musk, he has a 1 and then a 7. It's the same sort of thing. With Vladimir Putin, he has that dominant name number. In the eastern side of the world as well, they consider your name number like everything. If your name number is strong and your birth and life path number opposite to it, the name number will run it over. That's how they view it. So back to this. With Vladimir Putin, they're pretty much saying, yeah, you have 46 over 1, so that makes you somebody who has the energy of the 4. Rahu, very pragmatic, very smart, very astute, very good with business. He's a billionaire. 6 makes you very attractive to your people. That's debatable. I don't know. There's a lot of propaganda out there, so I'm not going to get into that on YouTube. And then there's the number 1, which makes you an obvious leader, makes you number 1. It keeps you there, especially as a name number. It's your day-to-day vibration. So it's going to keep you there in a very firm way. So that's why Vladimir Putin has a position that he has. Obviously, we're in a dragon year as well. He's dominating. He won again. So there's so much to do with it. But overall, that 46 over 1 is what makes him very, very powerful and keeps him in the position that he's in. Next one, we have 51 over 6, another royal star. This one is the royal star of man. So this one gives a person extreme energy. People with this name number, like they try to bring up the 15. I think the 15 is a good command number, very good for business. People that have artistic businesses as well, they'll become very rich and flourishing off of that. And they do very good with black magic too, but it's not one of like the main numbers. 51 is a main number now. 51 is a number of like the real wealthy, real rich. You need security. You're wearing $100,000 just in clothes. You have $1 million in jewelry. You have millions of dollars in real estate. Like this is a real rich number. This is 6 like just on steroids. So it's 5 and 1 that make it. The 5 is first, which means fast money, sex, traveling, all this stuff. The 1, great leadership. Again, notice the 1's in a lot of these because the 1 it's very strong. And then the 6 is what gives these people the overall attraction, and they can attract a lot of partners, but it's their overall energy that really throws people off and leaves people for a loop. They don't understand how this person is so strong. Even the 37 was a royal star as well. It's the royal star of the bull. But yeah, the royal star of man 51 is extremely strong, and it makes a person with that energy extremely dangerous. If whether they do good or bad things is up to them, but nonetheless they'll be a very big problem for people in general. Some other big ones that are, I guess, worth noting in this, I would say name number 17, very important, not just because that's my Shem name. My full one is 14 over 5 anyways, karmic debt, who cares? I'm not going to privilege myself on that by saying I have a powerful name. It's cool, but at the same time, I'd say the first few I just brought up are the most powerful. Now I'm going to get into some other ones that are influential as well that should be noted. 17 is very good because it makes a person suffer a lot in life, which I think I have, and then you end up doing very, very good after a while. It's an overcomer sort of number, so if you have it, just understand you're going to overcome, and it's for extreme riches and wealth, but you have to really apply yourself and give the 8 what it wants, so you have to lock in, long story short. The next big one I would say is the 22. A name number 22 is not as great as people would think. 22, and especially in Chaldean, is considered almost like an evil number. The people that have this number, they do very well with like things like brothels, strip clubs, casinos, hotels. Things around tabooish subjects are very good for 22 people when it's your name number. So this is a very good career advice for you guys, is that if you want to go around like not occult things, but things that people would sort of like lift their nose on and just say, yeah, I'm above this. That's where you guys dominate. Some of the best porn distributors are with the name number 22. Some of the biggest gangsters, 22 for sure. So that's the thing. It's a very influential number. I'm not saying to do bad karma with that number, but what I am saying is that you can make money off of things that people would sort of rebuke, especially religious people, and you'll do quite well with it. That's the farthest I'll go with the 22 on YouTube right now. If you have questions about it, hit me up. The next big one that you should know is name number 13. Very good hidden wealth number. We only know about 9 to 10% of what it can do as well, but what we do know is that it generates a lot of wealth for people. Usually even people born the 13th are quite good with money, but if your name number's that, then extremely good with money as well. It means you just need to work really hard. I always give it to you guys in your readings for expression number 13. You need to work really hard and be consistent. If you don't miss a day, if you work out every single day, you take your nutrition very seriously, and you're just working even a regular job every single day, you're being punctual, the 13 will pave the way for you to attain wealth, whether it be going up the corporate situation in that said job, or you'll just get wealthy off random opportunities through networking, because the 3 in there. The 3 will give you lucky opportunities. I'm trying to think. The 18, biggest question of the week anyway. So if you have a name number 18, again, this is the last one, very, very important. Name number 18 is extremely important because I was trying to explain to you guys in some of my voice notes. If you guys are watching this again, cool, you're gonna get another explanation of it. If you have a name number 18, it means 1, me, I in Chinese, 8, rich, wealth, and all. Everybody knows the 8's all about wealth, and then 9's finality. So it means for sure rich. I am rich. It's a bit of a statement that the number is itself. And people that have this usually have this very big materialistic mindset. So if it's a name, it gives you a very materialistic way of getting things done, in a sense of, if something negative happens to you, you'll make money from it, you'll profit. If you're around positive things, you'll just achieve more abundance. But overall, this number grows more and more with negativity. And the more negative situations you can deal with, meaning the more stress you can intake, the more war you don't mind, the more confrontations you don't mind. If you're a person that has that wolf mindset of I'm looking for negativity, I'm not saying to go out there and punch people in the face and look for problems. What I am saying is, if you're looking for where are the worldwide problems, and I know this sounds selfish, but how can I profit from these worldwide problems? This is sometimes going to mean you're going to make money off people's back, but that's what the banks and all these organizations do anyway, which is again something not for YouTube. But that's the thing. If you have a name number 18, you need to understand that you can make money the same way they do. You can make money by taking advantage of certain situations, certain currencies, fluctuations. If you know things are rigged, you can just watch the pattern recognition with that, like things with crypto. It's up to you to figure out what you want to do with that number, but more than ever, whether it be through, I guess, drug dealers, traffickers, people that have prostitutes, all of this stuff, they profit from their environment and the dark parts of it. You can do that in a corporate sense of just understanding like, okay, this business looks like it's going down, let me short it, right? Like it could be obvious things like that. So I'm not saying to go out there and do crime, definitely not. It's not what this page is about. We're all about staying on the right side of karma and just evolving and getting to the next level. That's the whole point of my page, my message. But when you have that name number, if you want to get rich enough so you can actually attain your spirituality, you want to first look at what's negative happening. Maybe you can even benefit the people that are experiencing it, right? So that's the thing. A lot of other people with that number as well, they'll benefit from the trauma that they've been through, because 9 is a very traumatic number. You're forced to mature fast. It's the final single digit number. So if you're able to mature quickly from certain situations in your life, whether it be through abuse from parents, bullying at school, maybe you're in a bad area, you saw people get killed. If you're able to go online and help people, even in a coaching setting, and talk about it, all of these things matter, and it'll actually bring you a lot of great success as well. So you got to just think of, if you have this name number, or if you're born the 18th, think about what negative things have I been through, or what am I experiencing, or what am I seeing even worldwide that I can make profit from. So you need to look at the negative sides of things, but I had to explain that a little bit more extensive so you guys don't take that the wrong way and think I'm saying, oh, go do crime, that's the best thing. It's not. That's going to put you in a karmic hole. Even if the government doesn't catch you, who cares? I don't respect the government, but it's a matter of the universe, the creator. There's something always watching, and there's something always calculating what our karma is going to be. So if you want to stay on the right side of that, do the right things. You can benefit from negativity. That's not immoral, because you can actually provide value in that same process as well. All right, so that does conclude the video, guys. Those are the, I'd say, the most notable name numbers, the most powerful name numbers, you would say. But every name number has its potentialities, but those are the ones that stand out the most. All right, so if you have any questions, just please leave in the comment section for me. Aside from that, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it for today, guys. Peace.